So joining our pub quiz team this week is not only a top-notch stand-up comedian, but someone who knows a thing or two about science. We've got some serious talent on our team. You've dabbed. You've absolutely dabbed.
I feel like I interrupted your monologue.
No,
just
please.
Dab.
Seeing you dab is better than any intro I could have done. It's Alex Franklin, everybody.
Hello, it's me. Hello.
No, do the dab. There we go.
I do that way too much, actually. It's like a quirk I'm trying to get rid of.
Have you heard of the mannequin challenge as well?
I have.
What was the other one? Harlem Shake. You'll love that. You'll love that.
I think we should bring a lot of those back. I want to bring back planking. I think it was like a really fun.
I think people are planking in gyms, sort of everywhere.
Everything. It was on top of bollards.
Yeah,
and stuff,
they would just like go into buildings and lie down. It was like the latest form of
Jake, that
social
media.
Media.
The sort of thing you would do.
Oh, that's a
you
real
got
insult.
into back in the day.
Do you know what? But hang on. If we do well in this
School,
quiz,
what would you have been when
you,
planking was big? About 20? Yeah, it's exactly the sort of thing you do.
Yeah, I was doing the ice bucket challenge as well.
Yeah. Did you do the ice bucket challenge?
I did it actually on a. Oh my god, this is a throwback. I did it on like a choir course.
Wow.
Whatever, as like a kid, because I was like I used to loads of choir stuff. Because I was small and had an angelic voice or whatever, and I did it in front of like a group of like 90 people because somehow like I was the only
ice
one.
Bucket challenge?
Yeah. I was
the public ice bucket challenge.
It was. I don't know.
It's a bit medieval, isn't it?
It was actually quite a formative experience because I remember like all the people chanting like about
chanting. There shouldn't be chanting. It was you were in a public square.
It was also like the dead of night. This is actually really creepy. I'm actually just
I love that they've called this public humiliation the ice bucket challenge.
Where did you grow up? Salem.
I think the ice bucket challenge was 2 years later as well. I love taking part in things. It's good.
So Alex, as we had in your intro, not just the dabbing, but also a knowledge of science as well. I think we might actually have someone on our pub quiz team with some knowledge here.
I think it's so tenuous. I did do a science degree and I've done some sciencey things, but I think
what are those sciencey things?
I guess some like science communication-y sort of things. Okay. I guess, but not so much like I haven't done. I don't have like a little secret underground lab where I just like test stuff on rats or whatever. But having said that, for the degree I did, the final I did this like weird degree that was different every single year, and the third year was like mostly zoology. And a lot of it was just like putting a rat in a maze and being like, yeah, they move around.
There was a lot of rat stuff.
There was some rat.
If we don't have a rat round, I think we're really gonna be quite screwed, aren't we?
I think I can do quite well in sloths.
Sure.
Yes. I genuinely know a lot about sloths. So if you want anything, if there's anything sloth based, I'm sold.
Rats, sloths, and what else is your sort of like specialist subject?
I guess just
normally when we ask specialist subject, people say history, geography. You really have gone specialist there.
It's rat,
it's sloth.
But I think I have like a weird. I got really obsessed with. Do you know the TV show Survivor?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I've watched all 47 seasons of Survivor, and I know it really well. Yes,
not even episodes.
No, seasons. Wow. There's about, I guess, each season about 13 episodes roughly, varying between 12 to 14, and then there's also the Australian version, which has about 12.
You got time for that one as well.
So I've got a lot of free time. I'm a comedian. We don't do much during the day. This job is so easy. Everyone's like, oh, it's so hard to be a comedian. You just turn up and be silly. It's fine. I think it's a good show.
Is that the one reality show you'd go on then, if you had to pick?
I did a reality show like a while ago, randomly. I kind of accidentally signed up. It was actually like, you know what? What was it? It was called The Bridge Race to a Fortune, and no one saw it.
I know of this. Yeah,
do you know of it? Okay.
Yeah.
I if you do watch it,
you have to build a bridge to I mean, this absolutely sounds like I'm making it up. Just from the title,
we actually schemed just to like make up a bunch of reality shows.
Because this was so sometimes I work in sort of like TV development. This was a big topic of conversation as an exciting new format. So you build a bridge.
Yes.
To get to a fortune, right?
Well, yeah. Except so they got me on. I think because they were like, oh, also I should warn if you do watch it. I am insane on it, like genuinely unhinged. I thought
you were meaning not really good.
No. I keep describing myself as like the villain, and I keep saying, And like I'm clearly not as well, but I feel like
are you, as in like I'm imagining a reality show, like you know those pieces to camera when they're sort of away from everyone else, just looking down. What people don't realise is I am the villain and I will be the villain. Is it that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's like that.
Wow!
But
I need
also-
to see this.
So I thought it was a different show than arguably it ended up being. So I go in day one like so gun ho, being like just drawing people in and being like, "Would you like to form an alliance with me?" And then they're like, "Sure, I guess." And it was so pointless. It didn't do anything. There's a cut at one point where it's like someone's talking about their reason for being there, and it's very emotional. And they're like, "Oh, it's really sweet. I'm here because I've recently suffered like this tragedy, and I think it'll be really good to help overcome and like enjoy the world again." And then it cuts to me being like, "Ultimately, this is a game, and I come in and like screw everyone over. I don't care about emotions. I'm here to win."
Have you ever been asked to do a reality show, Liam?
No. Oh, actually, yeah, I have.
You have.
The
What was
other day,
it?
the other day, someone got in touch with me.
Go on, what was it?
Naked Island.
Hey!
Again, another island. You'd like
Yeah.
it. It just like you just sort of naked on an island.
Is that
And then they
that's
pay
not,
you up.
It's actually the show.
They pay you up. It's
They
something like that.
thought like this guy does some really sort of nice like whimsical sort of sketches on TikTok and Instagram. I don't know, they're just sort of interesting concept that
I'd
thought,
love
sort
to
of like
see it.
take a fun look at the everyday life of the British public.
Yeah.
Getting naked on an
Yeah.
island.
I'd love to see his cock.
What is it?
Are you with other people on the island? Or was it just they just put you naked on an
no,
island?
yeah. You know that TikToker? Should we just strip him naked and put him on? Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Sounds a bit like a Rice
We could
Bucket
put it-
Challenge, actually.
Yeah. I think it's surprisingly easy to lure people into traps. I've got to realise.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a show.
So,
Put them on an
so
island.
with this bridge show, did you win?
The team I was on won. And then there's this thing at the end, which we actually didn't think was going to happen, where they were like, now that you're at the end, vote for one of your team to get the money. And we thought it'd be a thing of being like, split it amongst your team and stuff.
Oh.
So we were like super chill. And then they were like, oh, pick someone. And we were like, oh. And so we
No one
picked
was voting
someone.
for you because you declared yourself as the villain.
I think
Yeah.
that kind of did it for me quite early
Yeah.
on. Because
Made a rod for your own back with that one.
well, I kept saying, I'm here to be your downfall to people and things. So I just
no.
don't think that was like...
What's everyone here for? I just want to get I would really love to buy my mum a bungalow. What about you? Loving your holiday. I'm here to be your
Who's on
downfall.
it? Peter Kay.
What about my mum a
I
bungalow?
just love to buy my mum a bungalow. What are you doing here, Peter Kay?
So,
You don't
look,
need the money.
Alex,
Yeah.
we always want to know a fact that our guest has been sort of maybe just found out this week, maybe something that they carry around for a fun anecdote at a party.
Yes.
What is your favourite fact of the moment?
Do you know like Komodo dragons? Fun fact, they can asexually reproduce. So a female Komodo dragon can spawn another female Komodo dragon just from itself. And we found this out because it happened in a zoo, and they suddenly woke up and there were just two Komodo dragons there, and they were like, "Where did that one come from? We just thought we had one the
So
entire
they didn't
time."
know this information until it just happened.
I think that's true. I would look that up just to
Yes.
get the Komodo dragon asexual reproduction thing is definitely true.
I was a bit worried when you had such an incredible, intelligent fact, and then when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said, "I think that's true," I was like, "Oh, that's more in keeping with this podcast."
Well, I was-
There we go. We're back. We're home again. I love that. I will be
a great
using that
fact.
fact
It's a great
at
fact.
parties, depending on the party. I think, to be honest with you.
The final thing we need before we get on with the quiz is a team name.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a team name?
I
for us?
do, but I'm gonna have to pitch you on it because
Please, we're
so
here for it.
it's
Yeah.
the team name I always do in pub quizzes.
Great.
And so most people do like a pun, often they'll do like a kind of witty pun or whatever. I think that becomes quite mainstream then, and it
Yeah.
loses its gravitas.
Yeah.
So the team name that I always pitch is it's just piss. And then genuinely, we win like if there's a point for best team name, 9 out of 10 times we win.
Really?
It's so effective. Just put piss.
Please let's just for a second step into the world of the 1 out of 10 time. The Quizmaster has read that and thought, "What is this?
Yeah.
I have put together a quiz here, and you've turned up late, and you've written piss. You've
Yeah.
pissed on my quiz."
You've never
Yeah.
been second for that, have you? You're
No.
either best or you're worst. There's no middle ground with that. I love that though. That's great.
We are going for piss
was
in a
not-
heartbeat.
Ah,
No
stunning.
pitching needed.
I've just wrote piss at the top of my paper.
Amazing. Okay. I'm excited. This is great.
So, look, Alex, each week we get sent a genuine pub quiz that's sent in from a real UK Quizmaster. We don't know the Quizmaster, we don't know the questions, we don't know anything about this. This has just been put together by our producers and given to us. So, today's Quizmaster is Dean. So, his weekly quiz is called Quiz Face. It's on a Wednesday. It's on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. at the Mucky Duck in Brighton. I think this is the sort of quiz where piss is quite an appropriate team name to it. It's called Quizface on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. at the Mucky Duck in Brighton.
Is Quizface supposed to be a pun on something?
I just think it's a little bit.
It's a bit in your face.
It's a bit lewd, isn't it?
I don't like. Yeah.
It's a bit raunchy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But it's given me the sense that maybe Dean goes to a lot of sex parties. I don't know. I mean, it's Quizface, and he runs it at the Mucky Duck, which feels like a swingers pub.
I don't like fluids in a pub quiz. Really.
Quick fascist drink fact for you while it's popped into my head.
Why do you have a fascist drink fact?
Well,
Why do you
I always try and deliberate which is my favourite of my top three, but I'll just go with number 2. Fanta.
Yes.
You know this one already?
Yeah, no.
Fanta,
Fanta.
basically, during World War II, when no American products were getting taken into Germany, the German people really, really missed having a nice fizzy drink, Coke, basically. So the Nazi party, in their wisdom, said we need a substitute for this, so they came up with an orange-flavoured fizzy drink. That is now Fanta.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's a great
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
all right,
God.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than that bloody kimono dragon stuff we had earlier.
What about the other flavours of Fanta? Were they also invented by the Nazi party?
No, I don't know.
Or were they like...
Fruit twist. I love that one. You know that mystery one they did lately where it was just blue? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
them. That was the
Himmler.
Nazis.
It was just like, be like, yeah, that's pretty good.
They were all over that. Yeah.
Gazable's asking,
So
is
what
there
you
a
on
lemon
about
and lime? Is there a lemon and lime? No, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll just have the orange one.
Himmler. What's that one you get on holiday but you can't... Oh, it's annoying. I forgot it. Come out of my head now. I don't know about you,
Really
but...
craving it. Really got a taste of that. Fanta lemon? Fanta limon? What do they call it? What do they call it in Spain? Fanta limon? Really got a taste. We are quite busy at the minute. I know, I can't get it out of my head. Can we just...
Right, I don't know about you, but Dean's quiz night called Quizface at the Mucky Duck does give me sex party vibes. Do you agree? Do you think there's a different side to Dean?
Yeah. I think with a name like Dean as well.
Sorry. Quizface, yes. Mucky Duck, yes. But Dean?
Do you think, what's wrong with Dean?
Well, no offence to any Deans, specifically this Dean. It's just
Big butt coming.
I've never taken to the name very much. Dean.
What's your history with it?
Nothing. I just think a bit rough. I don't know.
Wait, isn't it like it's quite like it's quite a scary man?
Sort
You
of.
sound like Katie Hopkins.
I reckon what it was. I reckon what it probably was back in. I reckon in year 1 or 2 there might have been a kid called Dean in the class who was a bit of a little shit.
Ah.
And I think it stems from that. A bit of year 1 trauma there.
Okay.
From Dean.
Yeah, but he's turned his
Fair.
life around now. He runs a quiz night called Quizface at the Mucky Duck in Brighton.
Just what I expected from him, really.
Round 1 from Dean's quiz is English/science/maths.
Yes.
Alex Franklin, of those 3, there's definitely, all 3 really that you're into.
Why?
English,
Why do you think that?
English because you're a comedian, so you're good with words.
Oh, that's debatable. My
Science-
critics would disagree greatly.
Have you read my reviews?
Yeah, my critics would say I use music as a crutch. So.
Very specific. Science because you are a scientist, and maths because you can't be good at science without maths.
Yes.
So that's my reasoning.
I am good at maths. I'm gonna claim that and stuff. I actually think I think it's because after school my I'm like half Chinese and my like Chinese mum would just make me do 2 hours of maths extra every single day, which made me
Wow.
like crazy good and have no friends.
What's great is that you didn't even need to count your friends on one hand. You had none, and also you were good at maths
Yeah.
enough to not be able to need your hands.
I had one and it was my mother. And we are close.
What I like about Dean here is it's sort of 3 different rounds in one here, English, science and maths. I'd argue they could be all 3 separate rounds. And also there's only 5 questions in the round, so might as well have just called it general
I
knowledge.
think he's
Yeah.
lumped all the stuff that he thinks is boring into one so that he can get to the rounds
Yeah,
about
I
lube
think
and
so.
nipple tassels and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So let's
yeah.
just, I doubt much thought's been put into this. Let's just get these...
How much thoughts we put into this?
Sorry, Dean, I don't mean it. I don't mean it. Yeah,
I think you
this
need
man.
to. I think you need to lay off Dean.
Dean, it's just the name.
I like Dean, and I like that Dean has managed to combine quiz
Sorry,
with
Dean.
BDSM. I think it's brilliant that he's done that.
Well, let's see. he might win me round with this. So
He
question
doesn't
number
need
one.
to win you round, all right? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe you need to win him round.
Oh, sorry, Dean. Sorry, really out of pocket. Right, question 1 from Dean. Jumpy Riot asks.
What?
He is a pervert. He
Dean
is a pervert. He's a
Dean.
sexual deviant.
is an anagram of which word that made it into the Collins Dictionary Word of the Year list for 2024.
Oh God. Okay.
So there is a bit of general knowledge in here, in and around the Jumpy Riot arse.
Is it one word? Is it one word?
I don't know.
It's a big word.
So something that they say helps with anagrams.
It must be one word if it's word of the year.
Something they say that helps with anagrams is to write them in a circle.
I've heard
a little tip for you.
Okay.
And not only to write them in a circle, but to rearrange the letters whilst you're doing that.
Word of the year. A bit of a different angle on it. Does anyone know any words of the year from
That's a very
2024?
good point. It's normally something these days that's quite sort of like linked with internet
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, it will be something like that. I like Alex's direction of going for something like skibbity, all those sorts of words. Or
The thing is, so we either put the right answer or there's no point putting an answer.
that's
is there?
true.
Okay.
Let's come back to it. Let's come back to it.
We'll think about it as
Let's
well.
use a
might
little
jump out to
tool
us,
in
yeah.
a quiz arsenal called coming
Time.
back to it. Time. That's a
Time.
much pithier way of phrasing it. Yeah.
Question 2. Pocket, sock, hat, ham and Christmas are the last words from 5 different book titles, all from the same author. Who is the author?
I think because he's been so sort of like so sort of overtly sexual so early on.
Yeah.
Even just him saying pocket sock hat and ham, I suddenly think, oh gosh, what's he doing with those?
It does actually make you think that most nouns said by the wrong person come across horribly. Just like, I don't like what you're doing with any of those. So it's like,
Oh, I tell
Okay.
you what it could be. Could it be Dr. Zeus?
Go on.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
oh,
Green eggs and ham.
Oh, but yeah.
The cat in the hat.
Well done.
I don't know. I don't know what it is for pocket and sock, but I think if we've got 3 out of 5, surely
That's close. That's close enough.
that's close. And I mean, it's got it. But what are the chances that it's like no? Dr. Zeus is 3 of those, but actually it was Dickens that had all 5.
No, you're bang on.
very
Question
impressive.
3. The elements geranium, nickel, uranium, sulfur, when changed into their chemical symbols in that order, spell out what word?
Oh wait, say them
Probably.
Oh,
again.
this is
Probably
this
twat
is
or
Alex
something
Franklin
like
all over, isn't it? This
No,
reeks
yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
It smells of you. Come on.
It's-
So germanium. What's the chemical
Wait.
symbol for germanium?
wait, what was was it? How did it start? Was it germanium?
Yeah.
GE, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sounds like
actually.
you're making it up there.
I am making it up.
GE nickel.
Ni.
Uranium.
U, just a U. Genius.
Wow. Well done, Alex Franklin.
Also, can I just also say, well done, Dean. That's quite a good question.
Oh,
that.
he's won you
Yeah.
round.
Well, he started don't go that far, but yeah, he's getting there.
That was.
I think that's a really clever question. What
That's
do you
nice.
think?
Yeah.
It's good.
I think that's a
I
good
really,
question.
really like questions in quizzes that have 2 steps. You need the knowledge,
Yes.
but also maybe some lateral thinking to piece
Yeah.
it together. And I think he did that with his Dr. Zeus question.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's
Also,
done
I'm
it in all 3 so far. Actually, the
I'm s-
anagram, you need to know
Yeah.
the word, but also be able to sort of rearrange stuff. The Dr. Zeus stuff and the elements question.
Also,
really good stuff.
I'm really pleasantly surprised it didn't spell out the word like rectum or something like that.
Yeah,
I just really thought that was the way Dean was going to go. Be like, oh, nice one, Dean.
yeah. These chemical elements
Yeah.
spell out knob cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on,
Well done, Dean.
This man might be the most like chaste, lovely
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
in the world.
He might be.
Yeah.
Let's-
I hope no
the
one.
jury's
clocks-
still out. The jury's
I
still
hope
out.
no one listening clocks on that he's actually not really done anything sexually provocative at all yet.
Yeah, actually, that's all come from us, hasn't it? That's all come from us.
He's
Going,
just
"Ooh,
written a quiz,
pocket."
formatted it in the way that we've asked him to do it, and sent it in.
This is
And
You
we've gone,
deviant.
and
it's
we've
a
gone.
like sweet
Yeah.
80-year-old man who's just like, I really love these
And we've
guys.
gone,
I want to send them a
yeah.
questions, and it's like fucking.
After
creep.
writing his
And
quiz,
we're
cock
going, what are they
out,
doing
just,
with
you know.
it? What are they doing with a sock? What are they doing with ham?
Question number 4.
Go for it.
How many times does the number 9 feature between 1 and 100?
I love this question. That's such a satisfying question.
I think we can
So-
work it out, can't we?
Wait, 9.
There's 1 in each group of 10,
Yeah,
and then
90.
and then an extra 1 for every. Oh yeah, extra,
Yeah.
an
So
extra
it's
1 for 99.
Yeah.
so yeah. Wait. What? No, wait. An extra,
So-
not
so
an extra one for
11?
them. No, it'll be like as in there'll be 10 in the row of 90s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh,
God,
yeah. I
bloody
forgot
hell.
So it'll
about
be
the
like
90s.
it'll be 10 plus 90 through to 98. So it'll be 19.
19,
I think. Is that right?
nines.
Wait.
So,
Okay.
do you know what? Let's just, for safety, 9, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89,
99.
Oh,
and
99.
Then, yeah, and then...
And that's 10.
Might be 20.
And then we need 90,
91,
92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. 19 nines.
Ah, that was quick.
Wow.
That was quick from me.
That's really, well, yeah, you say quick. Yeah, no, it was quick actually. Sorry.
Yeah, listen.
You said quick from you, and then it wasn't quick from me because I counted every number from 1 to 100.
Dean would have moved on by now.
He really would have done, yes.
Question 5, riddle.
Oh.
He set that out, riddle. Liv is 54. However, if you give them a couple of kisses, they become 74.
Do you know what? He's
Scrabble.
back. He's back. He's back. Sexual deviant.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There's a 54-year-old woman in my swingers club. Right. You give her a couple of kisses. What do you get in return?
Just give her a couple of kisses, she turns into 69. What's going on there?
Oh, Dean! What's wrong with you?
Dean.
So, it's a riddle. Liv is 54.
Scrabble.
However,
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
give
whisper
them
Scrabble. Is it
a couple
Scrabble?
of kisses.
Is it Scrabble?
It's Scrabble.
Is it Scrabble? Am I right there?
L-I-V. It's Scrabble. You spelt the name in Scrabble.
No, I mean so wrong. Am I
No, as
wrong?
in, if you gave them 2 X's, an X is worth 10 in Scrabble.
Yeah.
So
then- but
Liv
then-
is...
But actually, wait, what was the question? I just kind of interrupted halfay through. I was just like,
I like the
logic.
logic. It was very similar to the voice I have in my head anyway, just quietly going, is it Scrabble? Is it Scrabble?
Or is it
mine's like, kill him. Kill him now.
I will be your downfall.
is it Roman numerals?
Oh, actually-
Is an X10?
That is very
Yeah,
nice.
you're so right. Yeah, it is.
Yes, that's very nice.
But I like the Scrabble route.
Is it spelled L-I-V?
Yeah,
Oh.
L-I... No, I think...
With an E?
Oh, I wasn't... so L-I-V...
Yeah, so L is 50.
Yeah.
IV is 4.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that's
If you give
really,
them a
really, really nice, mate.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
That's actually genuinely one of the best answers you've had on this podcast.
Thank you, mate.
And I just think that's so. The lateral
Whatever.
thinking involved there. We were all thinking Liv was a
Yeah.
person, and that she was getting some
Yeah.
kisses from Dean, and one thing
And
would lead to
also,
another.
can we just give a bit of credit back to Dean again? It's a
You've
really
turned
lovely
around so
question.
much,
I
it's
really
mad.
I think you guys need to be a bit more open-minded to Dean.
I've been a Dean supporter from day
Alex
one.
loved Dean from day one.
I love
I've
Dean
always
from day
liked Dean, but just worried about his sort of like sexual, obsessions.
You wouldn't trust Dean with a hat.
Yeah, because
what
I'm
you
worried he's going to jizz in it.
Don't say it.
Also, you're allowed to do that. It's like, you can do it
Yeah,
that's what
it's
he
legal.
wants. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's his hat. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know what? Really well done, mate. I
Thank
think that's
you.
a bloody brilliant answer.
Before we do the answers, we parked question 1.
We did.
Oh,
So
I
if we want to
literally
go
forgot.
back, yeah.
I thought the word of the year was demure because it's very mindful, very demure.
I thought it was something, that sounds
So-
more familiar.
Well, it was nominated, wasn't it?
But you can, anyone
There's
can nominate
nominations.
a word.
There's nominations. Is there really? There's nominations.
Just going to the awards. Demure sat there.
I mean, I'm going to have to say I don't think I'm
Oh,
gonna get
yeah.
it. But the competitive nature of Alex.
I don't want to give up, but I do think I think I'm timing out.
Do you know what's great is that you admit you're competitive, but for the sake of the podcast, you thought I'm gonna have to let this go.
Yeah, I was like, we can't just watch it. I would, if we could do like a 6-hour video, I would actually love that. If we could just make this, and then like 5 hours in, it's being like, oh, is this Jurassic or whatever?
Right. So look, we're hoping for 4 out of
Yeah.
5. That was
Yeah.
gonna be a brilliant start to this quiz.
fine with
Liam,
that.
give us these answers.
Okay, so the anagram, which we couldn't get, the answer was supermajority.
That wasn't the word.
No, I would never. Yeah, I would
No,
never.
I
know
don't think-
I haven't said that
Yeah,
once.
we could
I'm
have
sorry,
Oh,
Dean.
yeah.
we could have sat here till the cows come home. I don't think we were getting that.
We really wouldn't have done.
Why would that be word of the year?
I
Is it because of elections?
suppose
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
But I don't think that was even the big story from the election.
Supermajority. No, I don't know.
I feel the story from the election was the apocalypse is coming from America, I guess. But like, I feel like supermajority is like a. I disagree.
Supermajority.
Yeah, I disagree with you,
Yeah.
Dean.
And I think Oxford's,
Hang on, I don't think Dean made the year of a word of the year list.
Yeah, but it might,
I think he's
it
just.
might have just been his word. Yeah, exactly, his word of the
saying
year.
every
Dean's
time.
just
In
done
terms
an
of like voting on how the money should be spent
No,
that's
it's
been
co-
collected for his sex party.
Collins.
Just in the Swingers Club, right, how are we spending the subs this year? I want a supermajority on whether we go for a day out in Blackpool.
Question number 2. Pocket, sock, hat, ham and Christmas. Last 5 words of 5 different book titles, but who's the author? Jake, bang on. Dr. Seuss.
Stunning.
And we've got the answers here. There's a wocket in my pocket.
Oh, God.
Fox in the socks.
Oh,
Cat in the hat. Green eggs and ham. And how the Grinch stole Christmas.
Great question.
Great question
Good question.
and great
Re-
answer.
really
Jake.
good question. I mean, other than the first one, all of these are really good questions, Dean.
And now, Alex, this is where you came into your own. The chemical symbols, they do indeed spell out genius.
Yes, good.
That was amazing.
But
I think
also,
so,
could I
yeah.
just? It's maybe not the most like, I know we just sort of rested on Alex here going, you do it, but I think let's say it was just us and the guest didn't know much about science. I think we would have still got there because it is just the first letter of each one.
Yeah, it does
I
actually-
agree.
it does actually spell it out,
So,
That's what I mean.
I think we were just sort of bewildered, like, how do you? But I think if we'd actually taken the time to just go, oh yeah, GENIUS.
Yeah, you could put letters together yourself.
Yeah. Not to take anything away from you, Alex.
No, you should.
You did a great job there. So, how many times does the number 9 feature between 1 and 100? What did we say, Jake?
We said 19. I mean, Alex got it basically just by thinking about it
Are
for
we
5
wrong?
seconds, and we then counted it out.
The answer's 20.
How did we
What?
get it wrong?
I don't think we counted. I was watching you do it, and I'm not passing any blame or pushing any blame here, but I was watching the counting, and I didn't think you'd included the second 9 on 99. I think you went 99, 19.
Oh, is it how many nines, not how many numbers?
How many nines? It's
I thought how
absolutely
many
how many
numbers.
nines.
That makes sense. Okay.
Oh,
I should have read the question.
I knew it was about nines as well, and I
Yeah.
just.
I should have voiced my
This is the-
concern. I should have
you
voiced
should
my.
have done-
I trusted
No.
you.
This is the problem when someone like Alex comes on. You put them on a pedestal, right?
Yeah.
And then you just believe everything they say. I blame you.
I think there's a bit of
I
that
can't see the
there.
question.
There was a little
You
bit of
put your
that.
little
Yeah.
script to the
Do you know
I
what?
can't see.
Two people have had a huge turning point on this quiz today. One is Dean,
Yeah.
who has gone up in squid's estimations, and one is Alex Franklin,
I
who
am-
went from the hero
Yeah.
to the villain
Yeah.
in the space of one round.
I have put my blood and sweat into this team currently.
It's a very
Well, now come the tears.
But that's disappointing, that, because I think we were in our heads, we're like, we've got 4, and now
2 hours of maths every night with your mother.
I was
For what? For
I didn't
what?
have the question.
To not be able to count to 100?
I knew how to count. You would have won counting. You would have won counting. And you had to be like 9, 19, 29, counting and stuff.
What's with the voice? Why is the voice?
Let's take a
first
3
guest
second
who's done that.
number to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going up.
There has been a new thing where guests who don't know each other and haven't seen each other's podcasts have impersonated me with this nasal voice. You were the one counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I never knew this until
let's
this
try.
podcast.
Let's try and get a bit of harmony back in the team.
No,
we're not
the
down
team's
and out.
fucked.
We're not down and
The
out.
team's fucked.
We're not down and out. We're not down and out. We can get a super majority with this question.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
He's back.
Let's get a point for that. So Liv is 54. However, give him a couple of kisses, they become 74. Why? They are Roman numerals. LIV is 54 plus XX 20. LXXIV 74.
So nothing to do with Scrabble.
Well, that was a suggestion. Oh, I'm sorry. I
We
made
are-
something
we
for the
are-
team.
that. You didn't need
I'm
to do
sorry,
that.
I gave it a go.
Just sorry. Do you know
do
what?
that.
Do you know what? That was nasty.
that was,
nasty.
yeah.
That was malicious.
You left a foot in there.
I was fighting back.
Yeah.
Is what I was doing. I was fighting back. I was hurt. My ego was bruised.
It was
and I
petulant.
clapped back.
It was petulant.
I accept my blame for
Yeah,
some of the parts.
I accept my blame as well.
think-
We need to come back together as
Yeah.
a team.
We do.
We need to bounce back. 4 out of 5 is a good score.
Yes.
But we didn't get that. We got 3 out of 5.
So we did. Which is an
okay
Gosh,
score.
my counting keeps being a problem in this quiz.
Round 2, geography / history / food and drink.
Oh.
You know, it's that classic round.
It's a nice group.
Yeah.
It's a lovely group.
That's
It's-
like in school, you know when like the PE teacher would teach you geography? And they would just do like
There was definitely some teachers at school who that was their 3 subjects. Yeah.
Question number 1. Which country has the word bad in its name?
Oh.
Bad in its name. I love Dean's questions. I really do.
So do I, but I'd argue for a podcast, it's a lot of silent thinking time.
Yeah.
How are we spelling bad just to check?
BAD.
BAD.
Spelling. Okay, good.
The usual.
Standard spell. Yeah.
It's tricks sometimes. Hello, he's a tricksy man.
Okay, so let's take a little tour of the world, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's start in North America, because there's not too many places to tick off the list. So we don't think it's anywhere sort of like Canada, USA. That's fine. Let's now move to
Sort of go
Central America.
You've got Panama,
Panama, Mexico, Nicaragua, Cuba. Oh, getting close there, weren't we?
Ooh.
We're just going through all.
And then we're going to
200.
move towards sort of like the Caribbean, Barbados.
Well
that's
done.
good.
Barbados.
That was good.
That was quite sexy, I thought.
That was
was-
really impressive.
I think,
That was
I think
very
yeah,
good.
wow. I'm
That
sort of
was
impressed
very
myself
good.
I
there.
thought you were going to go with like all 190 countries. Or
I'll be honest with you, I was trying to keep calm for the sake of all of us, but I was quite worried that was going to happen too. I really did think, gosh, we've started this now, and not only do we have to sort of name every country, but I sort
And
of
as
have
we
to
move into Southeast Asia, we went there once. We need
Democratic Republic of Congo.
I should consider that a country or not. I need to figure out about it.
yeah, few areas. Keep them in your head, Jake.
So question number 2. Which of these moments in history came first? Okay, so the History Channel is launched. That's that's option number 1. The banning of handguns in the UK, and Wonder Bra's advert "Hello Boys" featuring Eva Hertzigova. Do we know how to say that name? Better.
I think you've got it. That sounds correct.
Eva Hertzigova. So, when was Sky TV kicking off? I mean, sort of 90s, late 90s, maybe?
Earlier than that.
Earlier,
Do you think? Okay. Cable and Sky. So should we say 91 or 89 or?
Yeah, 89. Should we put a year to each of them and then maybe with the answer?
So we're thinking late 80s for the History Channel,
Should we go
or early
89?
90s.
Let's go
89.
I like about that, yeah.
A banning of handguns in the UK. I think that surely was earlier.
I don't know if they've. I can't think of a British person who's ever had a handgun.
No, I can't remember it ever.
Have you
ever shot a gun?
Like a real gun or like laser tag?
No.
Like,
Oh yeah,
because I'm a demon at that. Oh,
We're never far
great.
away from Alex revealing her nerdy side, are we?
I'm never far out. I did like paintball recently, again the other day, just like for the first time since I was like a teenager.
You're very busy, aren't you?
I have.
Don't know where you got time to
Quick
watch all
back
this
from Legend
Survivor.
Party, quick nab, all this Survivor, quick game of paintball.
All these things that just waste money though. But it was like, okay. It was also, actually having said that, it's because a friend of a friend, they worked for like the MOD, so we got like a discount or whatever, which I don't know if I morally stand
The
by
MOD
that.
get discounts at paintball
Apparently, yeah, for training.
for practice, really.
Yeah. Genuinely, yeah.
That'd be a bit annoying turning up for a fun Saturday afternoon and then the whole like, British Army's there and they've been training. We ain't got a chance here. Hang on, we don't want to go against them lot. They've got all the gear. Buy them smoke bombs and stuff. Hang on.
And the budget.
Yeah. It's just where all the taxpayer money is just going to just getting paint grenades, just throw at people, throw at teenagers. And I've learned, I'm quite good. I'm going to throw that out. I think I'm quite good at paintball.
All right, well, let's go
Have you
paintballing.
ever-
Do
have you ever
you
shot a
want to
gun?
go? I'll book it now.
Okay.
I'll book it now.
A fun
book it
segment
now.
for the pod.
Do you want to do it?
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
I'd love to
challenge.
do it. Book it now.
I'll book
Yeah.
it now.
Book it now.
Should we book it now?
Book it now.
Okay, wait, give me a sec.
No, don't book it now. Don't book it now.
Don't book it now.
Oh my god, you are unhinged.
I really want to. Yeah, do you want to go?
No, I can't be that spontaneous. I
Okay.
can't just book it now. I need to look at dates. I need to check things. I'd need to.
You about on Monday?
In 2 weeks' time, I'm actually quite free.
Okay, wait.
But no, stop booking it now. Come back. Stop booking it now.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Right, banning handguns in the UK.
Okay.
You cannot just book things now. There has to be time, and they'll think about it. And yeah, that sounds good. You can't be. You've got to do the dance, play the game. Do you want to go to cinema? Yeah, sounds good. When are you free? Oh, I'll have a think. Nice one. Leave it there. You leave it. You never book it now.
Yeah, I know.
Never book it now.
Life is short.
Oh,
And I
my
wanna go.
gosh.
Hey, it's fun. It's a
It'd
fun
be a lot
time.
shorter if you keep booking things now because I'll have a fucking heart attack.
Right, banning of handguns in the UK. Let's put a year on it.
I'm really sorry, guys. I think everything is mid 80s on this, so I'm sort of really stuck.
But let's say 85.
Means the Wonder Bros.
I think Wonder Bra happened first.
I think that's the sort of thing that like you would invent earlier on because you'd be a bit like boobs have been around for a while.
Yeah. I wonder how the locals at the Mucky Duck got on with this question then, because it's the trickiest one, I think.
And then Wonder Bra advert. Hello, boys. Should we go with that being the first? Let's say 82.
I also think like the phrase "Hello Boys" is a very like you associate with like Mad Men almost.
Yeah.
It's very like a bit of
I'd maybe even go like 79 or something like that. 1979.
Yeah, it's got to be early. You can't be saying hello boys about a bra.
So if we're happy with this, History Channel, we're going to say 1989. Banning, not that he's asked for the years, but just for us. The banning of handguns in the UK, 85, and then Wonder Bra, 79. So we're going with Wonder Bra as the answer. Question 3, Jake?
Who's your daddy and what does he do? Just a question from me to the panel.
Very good.
he is an accountant.
Dean has written, who is your daddy and what does he do? And then in brackets, he's put, it's the name of someone with a famous father. You have to guess who they are and what they were famous for. So this is basically a round, I think, or a type of question. So he's calling, who's your daddy and what does he do? Let's play.
Okay.
So we want to know, Edward of Middleham, who is his daddy and what does he do? I think it could be Prince Edward. And his dad is...
oh, it is. Okay, wait.
Is it? I don't know.
Maybe. Wait, which one's...
But no, he wouldn't be Edward of Middleham, would he? He'd be like the Prince of York or the Prince of... Yeah, no, he'd have more of a regal title.
I feel like Middleham's not a real place, though. I feel like a Narnia place.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fictional character.
I don't know if that's true. I might have
Edward
just...
of Middleham.
If people live
No,
in
let's
Middleham,
not go
I'm sorry. your place is real.
Sorry, just in case anyone couldn't hear, Liam's just muttering under his breath, let's not go fictional, please. Don't know what this sort of like bloke just opposed to having any nonsense fun. Let's not go fictional, please. We're here to do a quiz. You've never muttered under your breath like that on this quiz before.
It's not right, is it, really, for a podcast?
Edward of Middleham. I just don't know. I've never heard that name before. Are we just going to have to leave this, guys?
I
Well,
would
let's
just...
have a guess.
Yeah, we might
what was
always
your
have a guess.
suggestion?
What if it's just Edward Senior?
Let's go Edward Senior. Edward Senior / Mr. Middleham. Question number 4. According to MyFitnessPal app, which is more calorific, 17 packets of Quavers at 16 grams a packet, or 100 quail eggs?
Well, I think in a packet of Quavers, there is about 60 calories, 70 calories.
Right.
That's very impressive.
I actually
Really
think
impressive.
they put it in the... I think it's written on the packet as a bit of a selling point.
Oh.
So... I don't really help us because I've no idea.
What's 60 times 17?
It'll be
I'm so
1,020?
1,020 sounds about right.
Yeah, sorry.
So 1,020 is Liam's estimated amount of calories in 17 packets of
It is
Quavers.
actually.
So we just want to know, does 100 quail eggs have this more or less? So is a quail egg smaller than a chicken's egg, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like this big. They're like tiny.
I think 100 quail eggs has less.
Yeah.
So if your estimation is that those Quavers would have 1,020 calories, that would mean one quail egg to be the same would have 102 calories. I think about a normal egg has about 100 calories.
Yeah, also...
So I think a smaller one would be less.
So
But 1,020 calories is also like, that's not a lot. That's like half of your daily intake, in theory. It should be like 2,000. 2,000 is like typical.
So 17
Yeah.
packets
for
of
a
Quavers
man,
is half
and
your
then
daily.
1,500 for a woman, depending.
That makes me think I've gone a bit low on the... No.
I think
No, let's
60
just-
calories feels
Let's
small.
go. I think there's more calories in 17 packets of Quavers. Is that what we're saying?
Is that what? I think there's more in Quavers. What do you think,
Yeah.
Alex?
I actually think quail eggs probably have a lot of calories. Because also, if it makes sense, because the egg is going to hatch the chick in theory, and it's going to have loads of nutrients
So
for the chick
true.
to feed on.
On this podcast, when we're in this sort of situation, we do like to sort of honour the guests' wishes. And
Yeah.
so, despite me and Liam erring on the side of 17 packets of Quavers, we will go
No,
with quail's eggs.
no.
We can have a super majority. It's fine. You can take control. It's okay.
No, I'm happy to take a pump.
I'll go Quavers. We'll go Quavers.
Oh,
We'll go
right,
Quavers.
Okay, you've panicked, is what's
Okay.
happened. You put your hands in the air.
I'm like,
Handguns have been banned. We don't know when, but we'll find out.
I'm willing to go with the group because I don't want to. No, actually, no. You know, I've changed my mind. Let's push for it. I'm gonna go
Yes,
Okay.
you will be the architect of our downfall after all.
And I'm fine with that. And if it goes horribly wrong, I'm still gonna try and blame you somehow. I don't know how, but I'll be like,
Team player, aren't you?
Yeah, team players.
I made a win for me and no one else.
So finally in this round, we've got a question which is his cryptic location. So this is sort of a riddle type thing. Listen carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I am the opposite of shredded. I have no time and only I see my son once a year. Where am I?
Sun
Lawrence
spelled-
Fox.
sun
Just
spelled-
like
Sons- Where am I?
Is it a sun like this? Wait, how's it spelled? Is the sun the sun?
Sun,
Or is
yeah,
it like,
S-U-N.
yeah, okay.
I only see my son once a year.
Oh, okay.
An eclipse?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
location, is it?
No, that is
What's
not.
shredded? Okay, I'm never
Opposite-
shredded.
I'm the opposite of shredded. I have
Full.
no time and I only see my son once
A
a
whole...
Complete.
year. Where am I? Is it a planet? Like a certain planet?
Liam, you did smash the previous riddle.
Yeah,
so the
I'm
pressure's on
struggling
with you
here.
to
No,
sort of
I
make
am
it a
struggling.
2 out of 2.
Pressure's off with me, yeah?
Strange
The
pitch.
pressure's on.
Wait.
Pressure's on.
Strange pitch. The moon, there's no time zones. So,
Mm.
and there's no real like, what time is it on the moon? It's like a kind of like, what does that mean? Because it can't be like 7 a.m. because that depends on the
And
location.
is, there, and is there an eclipse sort of once a year? Is that...
Only I see my sun once a year.
Yeah, I see the sun.
Because it's the eclipse, so it's
Yeah.
obscuring
The moon-
Yeah,
the
yeah,
moon-
yeah. It's
full-
the moon,
it's-
it's
Let's
the
go the moon.
Yeah.
What's the shredded part though?
We will find out.
Well, let's have a look at the answers then. So, number one, what country had the word bad in its name? We went on a little tour of the world and came up with Barbados. It was Barbados.
Lovely.
Question number two. So we want to know what came first out of the History Channel, the banning of handguns, and Wonder Bra's Hello Boys adverts. So, look, our thinking was that it would be the Wonder Bra thing because surely you're not going to say Hello Boys on an advert post, what, 80s, 90s?
Yeah.
It was the answer, it was correct, Wonder Bra. However, that advert was in 1994.
Wow.
So it was late that they were advertising like that.
Okay.
So, and he's also put the History Channel was launched in 95 and the banning of handguns was 96.
Actually, they're all very close to each other, so it's not as shocking.
Yeah.
as I
No,
thought
no,
it was
they're
gonna
very,
be. I
very
thought-
close
yeah,
to each
yeah.
other. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Who is your daddy and what does he do? So, Edward of Middleham, it's Richard III. Richard III.
Oh, is it
and what were they famous for? Being a king or a monarch? And he's had a bit of fun here. Or a car park attendant. He loves car parks, obviously, because of his love of history and dogging. It's classic Dean there. Question number 4. MyFitnessPal app, which is more calorific? 17 packets of Quavers or 100 quail eggs? We wanted to go with Quavers. We went with Quavers. You wanted to go with quail's eggs, but we're not going to bring it up. We did go with Quavers. No, because Alex said, actually, I am the guest. We will stick with quail eggs.
Yeah.
It was Quavers. It was Quavers. So Quavers have 1,462, which is about 400 off of Liam's estimation. And and quail's eggs, 1,400. So again, 62 calories. It's very close.
Yeah. Okay.
I think,
That's
depending.
I think it would be a better question if the answers were like quite far apart. But
Yeah.
we're still debating it.
Yeah, because depending on
We could all pick
100
two
quail eggs,
things
there will
that
be
are
some
quite-
variation in how big some of those eggs are.
Yeah. Also, sometimes Quavers, sometimes you don't get as many in the packet as you would like. I feel.
Yes.
So sometimes it
Yeah.
can vary.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to argue, but just Dean's case there, he
Yeah.
did specify it was a 16-gram packet.
Yeah.
So it would be on weight in that instance.
Well,
But the eggs, I do think, would be variables. Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Well, that's a very good defence, actually.
Right.
Good point. Well made.
So, I'm sorry.
So I am the opposite of shredded. I have no time, and I only see my son once a year. Where am I? So we thought the moon. It was the North Pole, and he's broken it down for us. So thank you for that, Dean. The opposite of shredded,
That does make sense.
as in never eat shredded wheat.
You know what? I was thinking shredded wheat, and I just thought I can't see how that.
Yeah,
into it, but-
it's. I don't mind that clue actually. It's
Yeah.
very much like in the world of lateral thinking, but it's all right.
Yeah.
I have no time because there's no time zone. You did talk about time zones, Alex, so we were on the
Yes.
sort of the right lines.
No, North Pole makes sense.
And I see my son once a year. The sun only rises and sets once a year. I mean, he still should have said, "I only see my son once a year." I will hold him to that
Yeah.
grammatical
yeah.
inconsistency. So after that, we got 1, 2, 2
Should've
2
been
out of
3.
5.
That's weak. That's weak.
Gone down from 3 to 2.
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to have a little pause from the quiz and regroup and just find out what is going on in the world of Alex Franklin. Firstly, thank you for coming on the quiz. This
hello.
is so much fun.
I hope it's been fun. I'm aware I just yap a lot. I just kind of yap.
Yes, but you're a stand-up comedian. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
I guess, but normally I
Not that you've yapped. Not that you've yapped.
No.
Sorry, just backpedaling.
Oh, no, I've definitely yapped. I love a yap. I love yapping. I feel like as a stand-up comedian though, I'm more structured. Like I do more. I write things. Here, I've come just to be like, we're gonna have a fun time.
Can we find out about your sort of like journey through stand-up? When did you start? When did it start
yeah.
becoming like the main job and getting bigger and bigger?
I guess I don't know. I think I started doing it a lot. I kind of did a bit at university, and then lockdown happened, and then post-lockdown I started doing it quite a bit, and it just kind of spiraled from there. I think I also did too much too fast because I was immediately just yeah, I'll just do this and I'll do shows and this thing and stuff like that, and it It meant I was like very stressed all the time. I didn't mean I could like end up getting a lot of experience and being able to like practice a lot, and like go to Edinburgh Fringe all the time and do all these different things. I think I also think it's because I had a group of friends from uni who were doing it, and I was like, well, I want to fit in with the group. So I just succumbed to peer pressure.
Peer pressured into stand-up.
Are they all comics now as well?
Some of them are.
I thought you were going to say, no, everyone was like, that was a phase. We've all moved on. You're still now in this thing.
Oh, no, that's a sizable proportion of just like, well, actually, like, I actually want to be happy.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm going to go do this. I'm going to be an accountant or whatever. So I think I think it was like a group, and then we kind of all just started doing it. And I think some people got really on board with it, and some people were like, it's fine. I'll do this other thing or whatever. I actually just hung out with too many, at uni, I think I just hung out with too many like artsy people, despite having like a sciencey degree, which meant that whenever they talked about things, I could never join in because they'd be talking about like Dostoevsky or something like that, and I'd be like, I like sloths. There's no common ground, really.
Sloths have only been mentioned twice on this podcast, both on this episode. Do you incorporate this sort of stuff into your stand-up?
I do some. I talked about so the show I did like last year at Edinburgh, I talked a lot about the idea of like categorization, and the concept of like, often when people often do this, they'll do this thing of being like, oh, it's like, this is what science says, without realizing that often when we use science, we categorize things into certain things, and that is us trying to use language to describe the natural world, not saying this is what the natural world is. So most of the time things are on either like a spectrum, or they're more complicated than people think. So for example, a classic example is you could be like, oh, so this is what we define as mammal, it's based on these traits, but then evolutionary, the thing before mammals, mammalia forms, why did we do that boundary between mammalia forms and mammals? And it's essentially arbitrary, or it's useful for us.
It's our effort to try and find some order in the chaos of nature, basically.
Yeah. The reason I did at Edinburgh is because I did a show about like basically I did a show about I guess being trans and then like coming out as trans and stuff, and I also talked about the idea of like in people. I guess in biology we often think of it as like, oh, it's just this or this. It's like we're just like, oh, it's male or female, this or whatever. And it's often a much more complicated spectrum because that's just how the world is. Everything is much more complicated than you think, and there's always exceptions because that's kind of the beauty of like nature and everything. So it's this idea of like, it's whenever we're like, oh, we say this has to be this way because science says so. It's like, no, we've actually just observed a new thing, and therefore we should think about how we can reflect that in the science and what we like have in terms of like theories and knowledge. Does that make sense?
Absolutely,
No?
yeah. It's amazing how many sort of like conflicts and problems and misunderstandings come from people's sort of like just this desperate need that we seem to have as humans to be like, well, this has to be in a box and a pigeonhole and a category. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I saw him talking about this.
Yes.
And he just had this brilliant answer to one of these blokes just like talking about, well, the whole trans issue, it's not natural, it's not this, and it's like, well, it's happening.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is natural. It is part of the human experience. So, rather than sort of like panicking that it doesn't fit into this box that you sort of thought existed, let's use the science to go and find out more about the phenomenon.
Yeah, exactly. Also, oh my God, while you mentioned Neil deGrasse Tyson, fun fact, are you familiar with the beef between the rapper B.O.B. and Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Is it to do with flat Earth stuff?
Yeah. And then so Neil deGrasse Tyson basically was like, I think B.O.B. was like online,
He
was
went
like
all a bit flat earthy.
Yeah. Well, he did a tweet or something like being like, oh, the Earth is flat or whatever. And Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, oh, actually, I think you'll find it's actually quite round if you base it on like these things. And then B.O.B. released a diss track.
Brilliant.
And it is one of my favorite things of all time. Just rinsing this scientist for no reason, and none of his bars make sense.
I wonder if anyone watched the diss track and went, okay, I think it is flat. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming around to that now.
Lyrically very
Well, I
good.
thought it was round because of his song Airplanes, which sort of supported the idea that... But anyway, whatever.
Where can people watch your show, Alex?
So the show is called Girl Code. It's coming to Soho Theatre in April. It's also, we're doing a little tour of it that we're going to set up once I can, I'm stop being slow and do an Instagram post and all these sorts of socials and things. We're going to I guess Manchester, Belfast, other places, Brighton, multiple cities. But come to Soho Theatre,
What can
London.
people expect from Girl Code?
I guess me being really funny, and also there's a lot of raccoons. Actually, I don't know why. There's just a strong theme of raccoons, and there's a lot of I guess music of sorts.
Cool.
And people cry at the end. because it's good, not because they hate it
hit
so
them
much.
already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Music, raccoons, comedy, and tears,
Yes.
all in one
Wow.
show. You've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
to go
yeah.
and see it, guys. So, look, speaking of good times, it is, sadly, already, it's gone very quickly, time for the final round of the quiz.
Oh my god. Okay, hooray.
Liam, what has Dean the Deviant got in store for us?
So we have got fairly straight-laced an entertainment round. Okay, so question one. The Pokemon Pokeball design was based off which Andy Warhol painting?
Oh, the can of soup one, maybe.
Ooh,
It's red and white, right?
It's red and white, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to
That's
go with
also
that.
the only Andy Warhol painting I know.
Andy?
Or that one of Marilyn Monroe in different colours. Is it that one? Probably
Yes.
not.
I don't know if you played Pokemon. It's very confusing. There's a woman who just like eats these creatures. It's
Which starter Pokemon did you go for?
in which generation?
Oh God, you really out-nerd the nerds, don't you?
I-
Sorry, I'm happy to answer the question. At least we have a classification of generations, please.
Question two.
Okay.
What was the name of the detective who first appeared in the Detective Comics series, who would then go on to be dubbed the world's greatest detective?
Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, that was my instinct, but I don't know if
Was
that
he in a
is
comic
a bit-
series?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was in the
I don't think he didn't start in a comic series. He started in a series of short stories, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's not him. Could it be Inspector Gadget?
Oh,
He wasn't a comic book thing though, was he?
I was going to pitch. I don't know if he counts as a detective. I was going to pitch Tintin,
Tintin! Brilliant idea.
but I don't know if that's
I don't know.
fair. I was like, yes.
I think it might
enjoyed
be Tintin.
Is it actually Tintin?
Maybe.
Do you think so? Wait,
I don't know. This comic books feels like in your wheelhouse, Alex.
What are you saying about me? What are you
I
saying?
don't know.
What are you saying about
I
me?
don't know.
I so there was someone I like dated a while back, and then it was like quite a few years ago, and then I like had a hookup with them around a point in the future. It was just like it happened, whatever. And I went back to their room, and this is more for the previous question of anything, and they were really trying to like set a mood, and then like I went to their room, and it was like the entire wall and ceilings were covered with Pokemon cards.
So you have met Jake before?
Which was like, you're like, oh, I love your passion, but it really changes the vibe when you're in the throes of something, and then you're like, ooh, it's like, is that Mudkip?
I'm happy to go Tintin.
That's good. That's good. Am I ruining the podcast?
This is brilliant.
Okay.
This is lovely.
Oh dear.
So we'll go Tintin.
Yeah. Okay. It's cool.
Thank you for sharing that.
No, you're welcome. You got any stories of any throes of passion you were in? What's your favorite Pokemon?
God.
I couldn't name one. Pikachu?
Oh, come
That's the
on.
only one. Were you into Pokemon?
Yeah.
What was your favorite Pokemon?
I quite liked Onyx.
Oh, great choice.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
thought
think? What do you think of the of Steelix?
I don't know it as well as you. I'm really sorry. I just know the basic ones. I quite liked all the ghost Pokemon.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
Ghastly.
Ghastly.
Sorry, I tell you what, this has come full circle because I was just thinking, I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Here we
my
go.
God.
I say collect,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
some, right? I had a
What-
tin full of them,
What
right?
was your deck?
I don't know, I wasn't...
Here we go. It's, you
Yeah.
say one thing and it's like, well, what was the specific deck and generation?
I know. I want to.
No, I wasn't. I can't remember. I wasn't too into them, but I had like a bit of a tin
Yeah.
of them. I quite liked them. Just sort of like you sort of trade them with mates.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what happened to them? They got nicked at school by someone called Dean.
Oh my gosh.
True.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's, okay.
that was it. That's why I didn't like him.
This has come
Yeah.
full circle. It's like a memory of like.
I was like, yeah, that triggered it.
No way.
There we go. Fucking hell.
Oh my god. I feel like all of us have unclenched in unison
Yeah,
there.
That was it.
You know-
let go.
That does feel like therapy, where it's like you've realised some sort of
I feel,
trauma.
mate, I feel like
I
you
let him
really had a
take them home
breakthrough
for
there,
the-
yeah.
He was like, oh, I really like him. He was like, can I take him home to look at them? I'll bring them back tomorrow. It's too trustworthy.
So let's just have a
And then I
public
saw him
service
again.
announcement then.
And he
So,
was Dean. That
so,
was
so
Dean.
Dean from the Mucky Duck. Just big apologies to anything that Liam may have said at the start to offend you. But Dean, who stole Liam's Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
Yeah.
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I hope.
I could have been a part of this conversation if he hadn't done
Oh no!
Aw.
You've just been
that. That was
thinking
it.
about that
was
moment.
it, yeah. That was it. This all triggered it. I was thinking, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Hang on, what? Dean.
You're having such a strong reaction because you're like,
Fucking hell.
it's just trauma
It's
underneath.
unbelievable.
What was your favourite card?
Question 3. Frankie Boyle, Cat Williams, and Ricky Gervais are all NPCs in which computer game?
Oh, did not know.
Fortnite.
They wouldn't put Frankie Boyle in Fortnite.
I think put everyone in there. Yeah.
No, but imagine like Frankie Boyle shooting Spider-Man or whatever.
I think that's what they do. Yeah.
No, but it can't be Frankie Boyle.
Oh, is it?
What else would it be? What else would it be?
I don't know. I fixated on Frankie Boyle
GTA?
specifically.
GTA?
Maybe.
One's coming out.
I think it's Fortnite, but I'm happy to be overruled.
I'm happy to go Fortnite. I've not got anything better than that.
We can do Fortnite.
I would have said GTA, but that's just
I don't
not
think
really
it.
based on anything. Question 4. On personalised video website Cameo, is Lindsay Lohan from The Parent Trap and Mean Girls more or less expensive than Tom Felton of Harry Potter?
Brilliant question. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's that thing of having an extra step.
Yeah.
I just think it's really good. I think it's going to be Tom Felton.
I think Tom Felton.
Harry Potter is just people go mad for it.
Yeah.
I think it's Tom Felton.
Yeah, let's go Tom Felton.
I'm fine for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Final question of the quiz.
What a moment. We've had such a nice time. We're already on the final questions.
We have. It's been lovely.
There's a title to this question. Movie Cluedo.
Ooh.
Oh.
In Cluedo, you have to figure out the person, the weapon, and location to win the game. Here's 3 clues to a movie death, and you have to figure out which movie that happened in.
Brilliant. I really think Dean, as a quiz writer,
Very
as a question
creative.
writer, I think he's a class act.
Yeah.
I really thought that going into this, when I saw the Mucky Duck and I saw his sort of obsession with BDSM, I thought he was just going to try and be too clever and try and make things too.
You know what? He's been creative,
out
but
there.
without being too self-indulgent.
Absolutely, he's not
Yeah,
self-indulgent.
yeah.
He wants you to have a good
Yeah.
time. He wants you to
Yeah.
think, and he wants you to use sort of lateral thinking as
Yeah.
well. I think
Yeah.
he's.
And
I
it's
really
not just all
think.
about what silly options he can come up with.
Yeah.
He's one of the best. I think he's one of the best quiz writers we've had.
Oh.
I really do. Yeah.
Okay.
I
No,
agree.
Yeah, you're sort of smiling as if that's like a good thing on you. That's nothing to do with you, Alex. Like, you're sort of like taking some of Dean's praise there. Like, you sort of had a little head wobble. Like, I guess that's the effect I have.
I'm sorry. I feel joy for others.
It's a very new thing on this podcast. Joy, thank you very much.
That won't last around here. That won't last around here.
I like when people succeed. He's very good at his job.
He's very good. He's very
So
good.
what is the movie? Samuel L. Jackson shot in the back of the head in an apartment in 1970s New York.
Do you know what? I know what it is. This is. Such a bit part. I don't know how I've got this. In Goodfellas, there is a big heist that happens.
Yes.
And then the people who organise the heist get paranoid that everyone involved in the heist is going to talk about the heist. So the head honchos in the heist go around and organise the killing of everyone who was involved in the heist.
Oh my god. Okay.
And Samuel L. Jackson, I think, was involved in the heist as playing a character, and he was shot in the. That was set in the 70s, and he does get
So it's
shot in
good-
the back of the head.
Goodfellas.
It's Goodfellas.
That's
yeah.
that's really good knowledge.
Really
Thank
good
you very
knowledge.
much.
That's
Well
very
done.
impressive.
Let's do the answers, shall we? Pokemon Ball design was based off which Andy Warhol painting? It's for Campbell soup cans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Very
Okay.
well done, Alex.
Stunning.
What was the name of the detective who first appeared in the Detective Comics?
Oh, DC Comics.
Tintin. Got
Oh
to
my
be
God.
Tintin, isn't it?
It's Batman. It's like
Batman?
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Batman is not a detective. Batman is not in the same world as Luther. You don't have Batman on Happy Valley. He's not a detective.
Apparently, he was dubbed the world's greatest detective. Question 3: Frankie Boyle, Cat Williams, and Ricky Gervais are NPCs in which computer game?
Oh my god.
Oh, we've just seen the answer.
Jake was very, very certain on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Someone said GTA.
You're loving this, aren't you? you love it. You love it when you can see me just getting the wrong answer.
Okay, the answer is GTA 4, but I wouldn't have said 4. So I don't know if we would have been, even if I'd gone, let's say GTA, I don't know if
Appreciate
we
that.
would have been able to have a point for it. Who's more on Cameo, Tom Felton or Lindsay Lohan? So Tom Felton comes in at £497 for a cameo.
Okay.
Lindsay Lohan is £328.
Wow.
That is a lot of
That
money
is
for
a
a
lot
cameo.
of money.
isn't it?
500 quid for Tom Felton.
Someone to just sort of say your name into
say your
their
name and
front-facing
say,
camera
Yeah.
and probably not. I mean, he's done so many of them now. He's probably not even putting the effort in, is
for
he?
like 30 seconds.
We got a series of cameos for a friend of ours, Stag Do. So we sort of gamified the stag. So every pub that was en route had its own game based on the name of the pub, and the game would be introduced by someone on cameo.
That's really good.
So we
that's
went,
fun. Really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to one pub called the Groom and Horseman, for example, and got Anthony Costa from Blue to put a cameo through. And he said, Will, your challenge in this pub, you've got to drink something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And he really relished. Because we sort of like put it in italics. He must have read it and thought, oh, that's why they've got right. I'll do this pub. And he really did. Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And he did a little wink, just like that.
That's great. That's
and we got Judy Murray to do one. And she said, Will,
Cameo?
she's on. Oh, Judy Murray's on Cameo. Yeah.
Who is Judy Murray?
Andy Murray's mum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said, you are now in the wig and quill. If you look in your bag, you will find a wig and a quill. You are now the town crier. Go into the pub and offer a historical tour of the pub. So we had to go and give a historical tour. And these Americans were like, this is awesome. They thought it was a real immersive tour guide thing. It's very good.
Oh, that's really good. That's really fun.
That's great.
But we got that right with Tom Felton.
Very good stuff.
Great.
And finally, movie Cluedo. Samuel L. Jackson shot in the back of a head in an apartment in 1970s New York. It is Goodfellas.
Stunning.
Gets
That's
in.
really good.
So guys, that is a 3 out of 5 for that round.
So we never got past 3 out of 5, did we, in this?
So out of 15 for the whole quiz, we finished with an 8.
What's a good score here?
I don't think that's a bad score.
It's not a good one, though.
It's
I don't
not a
think we'll
good
win.
one. I
Yeah.
think it's sort of middle of the pack. It's not bad. There's been worse. There's been a lot worse.
Can we go again?
Yeah,
all right.
easier the second time round.
I think, though, we've had a bloody good time doing it and we've answered some very good questions. What we like to do is a little bit of a review from our guests of what they thought about being part of the team and what they thought of the quiz itself. So in terms of playability, Dean's quiz from the Mucky Duck, playability, what do you reckon out of 10?
I think 8. Okay. Out
Nice,
of 10.
nice.
I think
8
it's
out
quite
of
high. I'm impressed by it.
And range of questions out of 10?
I think maybe like a 6.
A 6? Okay.
There wasn't like a huge range.
Marked him down massively there.
I actually think that's good. I think that's good. I don't think you want. I think a 10
Then
out
mark
of
him
10.
up then.
No.
If you think it's good.
No, but I think if we're doing it based on range,
Yeah.
I think now I'm saying the words out loud. I
Yeah.
think I should do higher.
It's a subjective marking score. We're not. Yeah.
I enjoy. Okay,
But
7.
don't let him get in your head.
Yeah. If you want to give him a 6,
I'm
do you
very-
know what? Let's give him a 5.
No.
Give him a 7. And general
yeah.
good vibes. And now, look, Dean can't take all responsibility here because we've been a team together. So
Yes.
this is about how you enjoyed Dean's quiz in tandem with answering it with myself and Liam. Out of 10. Good vibes. It's hard to make.
You're sort of really looking at me like going, yeah, I'll give you a.
It's hard to rate good vibes when we're both
agree.
sort of staring at you.
I-
sort of like-
There's a lot of. I feel like it's like they did come dine with me, but like.
Yes. Did
it's
you
just
like
revealed
us or
at the
not?
end.
What about how
I
did you find the
enjoyed. Yeah,
experience?
I enjoyed your presence.
Okay. Do you want to quiz again?
I would love to quiz
Book it
again.
now.
I would
Oh my
book it
God,
out.
it's rubbed off.
I'm gonna go for a 9. I actually really enjoyed this. I think it was really fun.
Huge.
Why not a 10?
I think you cut off that Pokemon chat.
He did.
I was
He
happy
did.
about it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know-
I did.
Like, and
The
you didn't.
listeners will
did.
attest to that.
And you didn't tell me a single card that you had for Yu-Gi-Oh.
I can't remember any of them. Let me try and think.
Did you
Because
have-
Dean fucking nicked him before he could memorise any of the names of them.
You look like someone who had like a Joey Wheeler deck, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. To me, I don't know what
Okay,
that
look
means.
that up. That I've
I like,
rinsed you in front of all your
I know you
I
said.
don't normally
Okay.
ask, just you at the end of this, but I feel like you've been through more of a journey than you ever have on one of these quizzes.
really
You've had
have.
a lot, sort of unlocked a childhood
You know what?
trauma.
I
How
would
have you found this?
I would actually say I think he's the best quizmaster we've had in terms of questions he's sent in. In terms of the quiz, I think he's the best quizmaster.
But I'm sort of mean in terms of like what he's done for your trauma and unlocking that memory. I mean, that's amazing for
I
you.
forgot that. I forgot that was a buried memory. And the name Dean didn't ring with me. I was quite... And I apologise to Dean, the quizmaster Dean from
That's down the barrel.
Brighton. That's straight.
That's down the
Straight
barrel.
down the camera.
Dean, I'm sorry. I judged you too early. I was wrong and it was some past trauma.
The microphone gives it press conference vibes,
Oh,
doesn't it?
Yeah. We'd like to apologise for our
Apologies,
early
apologise for
performance
why he's
wasn't
crashed
good
out of the
enough.
Caribou Cup.
The Caribou? The Caribou Cup? That's a loose football fan for you. Who's playing in the Caribou Cup tonight? What about the FA Cup? FA Cup's on, isn't it, this weekend?
Right, let's put that paintball, shall we? Come on, let's get out of it.
Right,
Yeah, let's
Nice
go.
one.
Lovely stuff.
Do you actually want to book the paintball?
Let's have a think about it. Let's just see what the
Just think.
options are, shall we?
Amazing.